was the last thing I was thinking about when we moved to Tenerife. Even if I was in my late 40s, my partner in his late 50s, and we knew that this is a place where people retire. Sometimes we feel like in a ginormous retirement home. And despite all that, I never thought about myself in aging. I'm 52 now, 53 this year, and I know there are wrinkles here and there, and the body ages. There are the missing muscles here that I wish they were there, but not yet, so I'm going to hide them. And all other signs that time hasn't stopped for me either. But still, in my head, I still feel like 30. And we actually have a friend who is 31. She just turned 31 2 days ago. And she could be our daughter, but she's our friend. And we feel really good with her. And we love to go together for walks and have dinners and have a glass of wine together or a coffee. And yeah, we really don't feel the difference. So that's the weird thing about aging. It actually happens on the outside, but not so much in the head. Yet, I can say one thing. It feels different here. It feels different when you're in the sun. There is such an acceptance for everything, for all kind of body shapes, for all kind of dresses, shorts, short dresses, whatever you can think of. I can say that moving to Tenerife was, in a way, therapeutical for me, because there is a huge acceptance for whatever you want to wear, however you want to look. There is just like no judgment. And that's a huge, huge difference compared to Poland, where I grew up and where I lived for most of my life. I know there will be a lot of people, a lot of Polish people who probably won't agree, but there will be quite a few that will agree that there is a lot of pressure and a lot of judgment. And those unwritten rules of what you can do or you shouldn't be doing if you're at a certain age. Even my mom would say, "Oh, can I wear that dress? It's knee length and I'm 82. Well, now 85. And I say, yeah, is there a codex or some kind of, I don't know, law that forbids you to wear a dress that is a certain length when you're over 80? I said, who cares? But there is this thing in her head that she can't do it because she's 80 plus, even if she has a good figure and she really looks good for her age. That doesn't exist here. Women are just fully expressed. Women wear whatever they like, literally. You will see 80-year-olds with super short blinky dresses, blinky sandals, colorful like birds. I stopped wearing makeup here, well, apart from really a minimum of a bit of mascara. Of course, the tan helps, but back home, I wouldn't almost go out to bring my rubbish without a full makeup. And that was crazy. I realize it only now. What a pressure it put on me and how hard it was to always keep up with the Joneses being other Polish women. It's a funny coincidence that it's Poland and Polish women, but that really was the case. You were always judged for how you looked. I mean, did you have makeup, your clothes, your shoes, your handbag, all the stages, things, even if I didn't care about it. But I know a lot of people do. And that completely disappeared here. I never gave in to that kind of mass psychosis of having to have this brand or that brand, or yeah, I was never that kind of person. Yet with the minimum, I have to admit that I was keeping up with the Joneses. Moving here was like a big relief, and it didn't come overnight. It was a process of caring less and less, and being able to just walk out of the house without putting anything on my face. I mean, apart from cream. And also regarding clothes, it was a huge change. Every time we go for a walk in the morning in our little village, we see people working out, doing some kind of aerobic, dancing, whatever you call it, classes of all ages, playing ball or working out just with heavy stones. Everybody is outdoors. Most are smiling, even not all of them. They're canned, they're colorful, and even if you can see clearly, yeah, there are a lot of wrinkles and they're probably fair age, it just feels so different than back home. That becomes so apparent whenever I go back home and I look at people the same age in Poland or even in Ireland or in other countries in Europe on the mainland. It's like a different planet. Aging in the sun really does feel different. Even if my beautician is not very happy about me not being overly cautious with the sun and not using sunscreens every time, I really don't care. Because, as my mom used to say, I prefer tanned wrinkles to pale wrinkles. It just makes me feel better. And it's not that I stopped caring about the looks and about the clothes and everything else. No, it just feels different. I feel less watched, definitely less judged. I'm still aging. Can't stop that, even in the sun. But it just feels different when you go out and you see older people enjoying life, having coffee with their friends, having a meal, a glass of wine, walking in nature. There's a whole different feel to it. If you enjoyed my video, come and sit with me again.